I want to introduce to you today this language learning card game. It's called Heading Into Language Land, and you will not find another game like it in the world today. This is a fantasy-themed card game. It has printable, virtual, and real deck formats like the one I have right here in my hand, as well as foil cards, the potential to do card commissions and design your very own personalized game cards, and also online groups, currently playing every Saturday with players from around the world in various target languages. So I think this can be a great way to enrich your language learning routines. I don't think it should replace what you're already doing, but rather if you build it in once a week or so, it's going to really enliven what you're doing and make you feel more motivated and excited. This is a great gamified way to learn your target language, whatever that target language may be. So let's jump right in. I'm going to show you how to play. And by the way, you can play solo. It's great practice. That's what I'm going to do here today. It's a great way to warm up and get familiar with the different topics, think of some ideas of what to say, and then you can go play with people online or in your community and take it from there. So the first thing you want to do is choose your character. You can be any character in the deck. There's the baddies, which have their names are in black, and the good guys, their names are in white. And I'll just take the first one here, Naomi. And then after that, you want to shuffle up the deck and build a board using the cards as the spaces of the board. And I really like that feature of the game because you can build different sizes and shapes of boards that kind of create different effects. So I'll just make a simple line to easily capture everything on camera. But usually when we play online, there's like a 3x3 grid. You could do a 4x4 grid. You could make a circle of cards, something like that. It creates different forms of movement amongst the players, and makes it more or less easy to meet other people in battle or whatever. So I have a simple line here. I've got a pawn and I've got a dice. That's really the bare bones of what you need to practice solo. You really don't even need a dice if you want to choose your own topics. But if you want to keep things randomized, use a dice. So you flip over a card, and I find out it's an ally. I know it's an ally because they have the same color name. So I want to try to call him over to my team to join my team. I roll the dice and I speak about a topic on the ally card in order to call him over. If I roll a 2, for example, I need to say a noun in my target language. Could be any noun. I could make a sentence with that noun if I wanted to. If I rolled a 3, I would talk about a tool. If I rolled a 4, I would talk about a weapon. If I rolled a 5, I would talk about a handicraft. Now, if I roll a 1 in this game, that represents bad luck. So another player would choose my topic for me and maybe try to trip me up and get me speaking about some of the topics that I don't really know so well. And if I rolled a 6, that would represent good luck and I could choose my topic. So that adds even more randomosity into the game. But if I can speak about a noun successfully, in this example, I would take the ally onto my team, replace the empty space on the board with a fresh card from the deck, and then complete my move. Now, in a typical game, we usually keep track of points, so I would earn 1 point then, but that's not really necessary to do, and if you just want to try to learn, or if you're just playing solo, you don't really even need to keep track of points. You just try your best to learn things. Maybe you want to look up some things in a dictionary or translator, or take some notes as you go along. We have pre-built study guides for this game in several target languages, so I can share those with you as well. But that basically completes the turn. So you'll notice in this game you don't roll a dice and move right away, which is typical in a lot of games. The first thing you do is decide where you want to go on the board and flip over a card that is next to you. So my next choice would be to go here. I flip over that card. I find out it's a pickup, specifically a weapon. So to pick up a pickup, you do the same thing as an ally. You pass a topic on the pickup. So if I could talk about a wound, for example, like a bruise or a cut or a burn, then I can take the sword onto my team. And accumulating allies and pickups and animals on your team is great because then it gives you more options in terms of what you can speak about when you encounter enemy characters on the board or battle other players on the board, because in those cases you would refer to topics on your team cards. Now, I don't know if that's coming up. Let me take a peek. Oh, it is coming up. That's good fortune in terms of teaching you guys here today. But let me complete that move. Okay, now I've got the sword. Now check it out. Look what's going to happen next. If I wanted to move here, I would find there's an enemy card. I know it's an enemy because there's opposite color names. So in this case, I want to try to defeat the enemy in combat, and I refer to my team topics to activate my own powers and destroy that card. That's the same thing you do when you battle other players. So I would roll a dice. Let's imagine I got a 3, and I would look across the 3 topics on all my team cards. So you see I have more options in terms of what I can speak about. A type of sword, a type of tool, or a type of apparel. So I can choose any one of those, activate my powers, and defeat this enemy. It will be discarded, replace the card, make my move. There's only one other card type. It's a location. Or maybe an animal, yeah. Locations, let me give you an example of that. I think there's 8 or 9 different locations. If I encounter a location, the locations always stay face up in place where they are discovered. So if you have a nice big grid, it's kind of cool because different locations will turn up and then stay where they are, and it sort of builds up a unique or builds out a unique map. Every time you play this game, locations come up in different areas and encourage different types of movement for the players. So if you want to go into a location, you pass a topic on the location, and then if you're successful, you can move in and gain a point. So that's basically how the game goes. You just proceed like that, learning as much as you can if you're playing solo. When you play with other people, you would keep track of those points, and maybe first player to reach 10 points wins or something like that. You can do different types of objectives too. So if you want to say like first person to accumulate 3 allies on the team wins, or first person to defeat 3 enemy cards first wins, and that could create different types of movement and strategy in the game. You could even combine those objectives so that you have to do 2 or 3 objectives. You have to achieve 2 or 3 objectives to win. This game's pretty flexible. It's pretty open-ended. I designed it that way. I really want to facilitate your growth and your creative thinking. I don't want to spoon feed you. This game has over 100 different topics to speak about. And I just use simple one-word topics most of the time because I want to leave it kind of open-ended. So you can give a single-word example that meets the topic, a short sentence or phrase, or even kind of get into a little bit of a dialogue or conversation with the other players. When we play this online with our online gaming groups, which we've been doing since April of 2023, we usually have a high-level speaker or native level speaker of the target language in the room to guide us and teach us. And that's the ideal way to play, is with people whose mother language or mother tongue is your target language. And then you can vet and teach each other in real time. It's really a lot of fun, and we do this with players from all over the world. So, for example, if we're doing a game in Spanish, we might have a player from Russia and the USA and China and Mexico and Canada in the room at the same time. This has happened many times already. We have dozens and dozens of players playing with us for the past over 2 years now, I guess. So I highly welcome you to play. The events are free online, and we welcome all levels. You can find out the details at languagecardgames.com. There's a sign-up form to play there. The schedule is there. Our leaderboard is there. We're giving away prizes at the end of the year. And we also have a playlist for this game right here on my YouTube channel. The game is called Heading Into Language Land, and I'm currently working on the 2nd edition of it. I hope to see you back here in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye for now.